Back in 2020, when the lockdowns came, my brother was the only person my wife would let come over to the house. He knew she liked tequila. So every time he come, he'd bring a bottle of tequila. We would all sit around drinking, and probably like once a week, we all get together. We're trying different brands. And after a while, it's just like, you know what? Instead of keep promoting brands that we like, we should try ahead and start our own.
Donta Henson is a Navy veteran turned entrepreneur. From serving nearly a decade across the globe to co-founding Los Hermanos Tequila, now in 230 plus locations, he's building culture, community, and lasting impact.
My brother thought I was crazy. Like at that point, I really got serious. Like I just started cold calling people, firing off emails and everything, right? And people would give me a bunch of information. And once I kind of figured out how to put this together, I told my brother was like, hey, listen, we're going to go down here and we're going to do it.
What's up, everyone? This is Ryan Van Ornum, back with another edition of the Milpreneur Podcast. It is brought to you by Cynergists. Cynergist is your scalable operations company that helps you grow your business exponentially faster at a fraction of the cost. Go check out Cynergist.com. Today, I have Donta Henson on with Los Hermanos Tequila. How are you today, sir?
Doing well. How about you?
Man, if I was any better, I'd be you, bro. Man, you're killing the game with what you got going on, man. It's really good stuff. So, I mean, you came from the Navy, right?
Yep, that's right.
So, with what you've built with Los Hermanos, tell us a little bit about that, man. Tell us, your time in the military and how it got you to where you're at with Los Hermanos.
Yeah, so I joined the Navy probably a year after high school, so I graduated in 98, took 99 just to, have fun. In early 2000, I joined the Navy. First duty station was Earl, New Jersey. So I was on the oiler there for a year, left, went to A school to become a disbursement clerk, which now has merged into PSO. Back then, I was just managing like payroll and people's finances and ship's finances. So went to Norfolk for a few years doing freedom. During that time, was in Norfolk, left Norfolk, went to Naval Air Station, Pensacola. So I was down there at the PSD for 3 years, from 2004 to 2007. Went to Japan, my last duty station from 2007 to 2009, up in Atsugi. And then after that, it was like my wife was like, all right, like I had enough, it's time to go. So I had to go back out.
Bro, did you have a bad dream sheet? Gosh, dude, I've heard of I was in Del Rio, Texas, man. Like you're up in freaking Japan and Florida, man. You must have been hating life.
You know what? So in addition to Japan was the only good duty station I've had over the whole entire career. And in addition to being in these terrible places, every ship that I was stationed on was the oldest of its class. So it was like, yeah, and I'm like, when I finally get to show duty, I'm like, all right, great, this is Florida. I don't really know about Florida. And I get down there, I'm coming from Maryland, I get to Florida, I'm thinking Orlando, Tampa, Panama
Right.
City. This is going to be great. And I get to Pensacola, and it's like the suburbs of Mobile. And I was like, oh, this sucks. So after that 3 years, I told my wife, I wanted to get out then, but I was upset because I was like, I've been in the Navy all this time. I haven't been anywhere to make any money. I haven't been anywhere exciting. So we ended up I took that chance to go to Atsugi, because a lot of people from PSD at that time were going to Japan, and
Yeah.
it was a great duty station. Like being in Japan was awesome. The food, the culture, and you get to make a little bit of money. So I came home debt free. So that was great.
That's awesome, man. Well, then you transition, and then obviously you had a couple other roles and stuff. But tell us a little bit about what you're doing now with Los Hermanos. I mean, CEO of Los Hermanos Tequila is pretty badass, bro.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, so it was back in 2020 when the lockdowns came. My brother was the only person my wife would let come over to the house, in the house. And so he knew she liked tequila. So every time he come, he'd bring a bottle of tequila. And we would all sit around drinking. And, we just go through every time. We just got into this nice little rotation where, probably once a week, we all get together. We're trying different brands and taking deep dives into, how it's made, why does it taste different from place to place, and all this just deep dives. And after a while, it's just like, you know what? Instead of keep promoting brands that we like, we should try ahead and start our own. And my brother thought I was crazy. Like, what the hell do we know about starting a tequila brand? And I was like, well, we know what good tequila tastes like. I said, the business side, if other people doing it, then we can figure it out too. At that point, I really got serious. I just started cold calling people, firing off emails and everything, right? And people were giving me a bunch of information. And once I kind of figured out how to put this together, I started reaching out to distilleries in Mexico. And I'm telling my brother, was like, hey, listen, we're going to go down here and we're going to do it. And I don't know, he didn't really take it seriously.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, you'll figure out, I'll book the flights, arrange the car service and everything. And we went. And for him, like once we got there, we're sitting down in the valley in Tequila, his mind is blown. He was just like, I can't believe we really sitting here. And he's like, and I'm like, I told you this is what we were doing. And for me, being in the military, you're used to getting up on your own and packing your bags and go wherever you got to go, right?
Right.
But for him, as a civilian son who's never been in that position, like his mind was just completely blown. That it was like, you just really packed up, and bought a ticket and got us here. We're sitting out here. And so for him, he can see is like, that's that military life in you that you don't have a problem, jumping up, going to different countries and just go, as opposed to for him, like he probably would have never made that leap on his own just to go.
So like, I mean, how does that feel, like that understanding of like, just put it into action? Like, right? Because like a lot of people can't get past the dream stage. And you got through that like so quickly to be able to say, hey, I already got the plane tickets, get your ass up here, let's go. Right. So like, so now that you got this thing, it's 5 years in production now. So like, where was that pivotal moment that like, yep, we're good. Like, this thing's going to be where we want it to be.
So honestly, when we started, we just wanted our own little family brand. And the way I explain it to people all the time is, think about Fast and Furious, right? These guys are all over the world, they're doing whatever. But at the end of every movie, everybody ends up back at the house at that table around the corner. Right. And that's what I wanted for us. We're all sitting around, we're drinking our own tequila. This is the best thing in the world. But what happened was like, while we were in Mexico, everybody back here in Baltimore was so excited to see us actually down there doing it that, when we came back, it was just like, it took like 9 months to get our first shipment. But, it was like, okay, people are showing up for us. Great. We're having fun. But it wasn't, I think, until like the second year in where I had a lot of people from the industry reach out to me and was like, you guys really got something. Like, you guys can really be a big brand, right? Like, and the first time you hear it, you're like, okay, sure, thank you. But I'm like, when you start having a host of people that don't know each other reaching out to you, telling you the same thing, that's when I was just like, okay, that's why I was like, look, we really got to get serious about this thing because we can really turn this thing into a big brand. And, we've been fortunate enough to expand from one store in Baltimore in August of 21 to now we have over 230 locations across 5 states. We won 44 awards in less than 4 years.
That is amazing. Amazing the way that you've been able to scale that thing, bro. And like, there's got to be challenges growing that quickly. Like, is there something that came along the way? You're like, how do we just keep on growing this thing and like making sure like we don't screw it up, right? Like, how are you finding those right people in those right places to keep the culture the way it is? All of that stuff, man.
I mean, honestly, there's always challenges. I mean, from day one, like whether to me had to get acclimated to have patience. Because in the military, everything is go, 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 right? Like once you get your orders, let's go. You know what you got to do, go. But especially in Mexico, the business climate doesn't work like that, right? Like people want their own time, and you have to make that adjustment. And so, and again, in the beginning, like I was getting super frustrated because things weren't happening the way I expected them to happen. And my brother, and a few times early on, I was just like, listen, never mind. Like, this is not that serious. I can leave. And my brother was like, no, are you crazy? This is like a 25-step process, and you got to 23, you're going to quit? Like, no, you have to stick it out. And I think, once I've kind of acclimated myself to just say, okay, nothing is really going to go as smooth as you think or as quickly as you think, that kind of gave me some leeway to start riding some of these challenges out. Because, again, like, there's always challenges, especially like for us when we have to front everything. So when we're paying the distillery, all that cash is, we're paying them 50% in the beginning, 50% when the order's completed, right? And you got to pay the shipping upfront. So you're laying out all these costs to get your product, and then you got to wait, a couple months on the back end to start recouping that money. So in the meantime, while you're managing your cash to try to stay afloat, there's always things, right? Like something goes wrong, or there's new opportunities that you got to wait. Can I do this right now? Or are we going to be able to make payroll, right? Like, so all these challenges. And even when it's, I think the mental perseverance is the biggest thing. When you kind of
No
can
doubt.
get to that place where you know there's going to be ups and downs, and you can mentally ride these ups and downs and still, push forward. I think that's when you get to that place that you know you're going to be good.
Man, I couldn't have said it better because like building something from the ground up, bro, it's not for the faint of heart, you know?
Oh,
And like the amount of resiliency that a company owner, a founder needs to have. I think, the military trains us, man. Like they teach us, like, you don't back down from that challenge. Like you said, like your brother said, like we're at step 23 of 25. You're going to give up now? Oh, hell nah. Like that comes from what we've been trained, right?
absolutely. And the one thing I tell people too, people always like, how could you do this? Or, you didn't have any fear. And I was like, of course I would fear. Like I'm a person. But again, like with the military, you learn, you got to put that to the side, and you got
Right.
to push forward. Like, you can't stop just because you're scared. Like, you got a job to do. You got to go get this job done. And then, again, it's not like we've been perfect all over the way. Like we've had stumbling blocks and we've learned. But again, with leaning back to what you learned in the military, you got to make a decision, right? Inaction is not an option. Go left, go right. You'll figure out if it's right or wrong later, but you have to keep moving.
Right. Right. There may be a wall in the way, but I can go above it. I can go around it. I can dig a hole below it. I can find a way around it, but it ain't stopping me. That wall ain't stopping me. I love that.
Absolutely.
I love that. So, like, what are you most proud about this whole journey that you've been on the last 5 years, man?
Honestly, I'm a simple guy, and I think for me, the biggest thing that gives me pride is to see that I had an idea to do something we've never done before, and to see the way people show up for us
Yeah.
and react to it. That blows my mind because again, I just had this idea. I was like, hey, we should probably start a home brand, right? And at that time, I don't care if we ever sold a bottle. The point that I had an idea and I brought this thing to fruition was the mission accomplished for me. Anything else after that was icing on the cake. So like, now 5 years in and people's recognizing us from all over the country and people continuously reach out to us like, oh my God, this is amazing.
So, from COVID cookouts to freaking tequila, like freaking disruptor, dude, that is badass, man. That is super cool. So, has unexpected opportunities came your way because of what you've done in the last couple of years with this thing, man?
Absolutely. Again, so let me just run down last year, just a couple of things. So last year, my brother and I, we got to go showcase our brand at Bar Convent Berlin. This is the largest spirit showcase in the entire world. Me and my brother got to go there to showcase our brand. That was what, October? No, early October.
Yeah.
Our distillery last year partnered with the city of Tequila to have a Day of the Dead festival in Tequila, Mexico. They had 27 booths available. This company, this distillery produces for, anywhere from 50 to 100 brands. But in this space of 27 brands, they personally reached out to us to ask us, will we come participate in this thing? Right? So me and my wife, we're in Tequila, Mexico, again, with our branded tent showcasing our brand. Like, I think last year, Chase invited me to an event in DC. I'm sitting in the room with Jamie Dimon. Like, crazy. I mean, this thing just, yeah, like, and this year, I've stumbled my way into NFL circles. So I was at the Ravens place in June, met a couple players, we exchanged numbers. I got to go to Miami to sports agencies retreat. So again, I'm in here in the room with NFL players, rookies and former players, a couple current players, veterans. And now in September, I'm going to another event in Dallas for NFL entrepreneurs who's transitioned from the league that got into business. So like this thing is just unbelievable access this business is giving me.
Man, that is what's up. And it changes your disposition in life too. Like the circle that you're in. You know what I'm saying? Because like your environment that you put yourself in changes who you become, right?
Absolutely.
And when you start playing at that different level, it changes your whole mind and what you can accomplish because it's like, bro, I came from here to here and like, dude, I want to be up here.
I mean, not even that. It's just I think for me, like when you're getting into these spaces, you're getting access to these different people, right? And it's just like, and you see the way people move. It's like you stop sweating a lot of the smaller things that you did on a day to day. Like there's a lot of big things happening, and it's like now you get an opportunity to get into some of these circles and get to places you never been. And it's like wow. But at the same time, I think I always make it an issue that for my friends in the industry, like I always try to bring somebody along because somebody opened the door for me.
Yeah,
Like here or there, I always try to reach out. So even if I can't bring someone with me, I'm coming back to give them the game that I got while I was there. So I always, share information with other brand owners and other people in this industry. Like, because I mean, it's not I think. There is no way we would be where we are without people opening doors for us to see what we're doing and was like, hey, I got an opportunity for you. I think you should meet this person and making these connections to put me in rooms. Like there is no way we would be here. So I feel like it's my job to do the same with my friends.
I feel the same way, bro. Like we'll talk after we get done here, but I got some connections for you too. So 100%, man. So like the way that you built this thing, like how do you build something and keep the culture what it started with?
So I think the biggest thing is really try to every day talk to the people that work with us like they were the people that was here from day one, right? Like because I think sometimes people can get in a space where you get some success or business is going and you start feeling yourself a little too much, right? And you kind of talk to, and not even that, but even in the military, right? When you see people kind of gain rank fast, now they're getting a little cocky, right? Now you kind of talk to people a little differently than
Yep.
you would if you guys was the same. And because I've always seen that in the military and I've seen the way how much culture matters and the way people perform. I always said, when I'm ever in charge, I'm going to make sure culture is that number one thing we focus on. So, like, all the people that I work with, like, all of them can reach out to me anytime. We talk, whatever. What's going on with you? How are your kids? How's your wife? How's your husband? Whatever.
Right.
These things that you build in that relationship and that culture that people feel comfortable and not only feel comfortable working for you, but they'll go run through a brick wall for you because they know that you got their back. And so, like, that's
100%.
the culture I always try to keep.
I love that, bro. I love that. So like the way that our society has changed over the last 5 years, dude, it's been a lot, right? So like has that impacted your business in the way that you sculpted and built it?
It's interesting, right? Like, so we started doing COVID when people weren't really outside a
Right.
lot. And then it became a thing where people kind of overindulged, right? Like, people was like, when we finally could get back outside, it was crazy. So that's when, like, we really took off. And now it's kind of pulling back a little bit that people are kind of like, especially with the economy for this year, like it's all up and down. So people are kind of pulling back and it's different, right? And I think one of the things that really allowed us to kind of stay steady through all these different changes is just like we are authentically us when we come out every time, right? It's the same brand that you see in the 21. It's the same brand you see now. All of us, me and my brother, we still showing up for all these events. And, we interact with the people and store owners and things like that. And that part resonates with people because in one of the biggest things is like you see celebrities dropping a tequila every other day, right? And it's just like, oh my God, right? Like every time you turn around, here's somebody else, here's someone else. And of course, because you have money, you have influence, and here's a booming market, right? You're going to want to get into it. But people really don't connect with them, right? Just because you're a celebrity, you dropped it. Like, I hate to talk about other brands, but Matthew McConaughey dropped Pantalones. I don't see a lot of people running out, even though you might like Matthew McConaughey in the movie, running out to get the skills just because he made it, right? Like,
Right.
people don't really connect with that. But because we've always stayed grounded and stayed hands on in the community, like people continuously show up for us and people are happy to recommend us and put us, in that word of mouth. So I think that's really been good. And then on the other side, I think one thing we've stayed through, where you see a lot of corporations and companies kind of pulling back now on DEI, right, because of all of the political pressure that's on them. And I think some people like it's business. You just understand you're under this pressure. At the end of the day, you got to make a dollar. I think a lot of consumers kind of feel some kind of way that you kind of betrayed our trust when we thought you were going to do what you said you're going to do. For us, like this is who we always were, and this is who we are going to be. So where other people are kind of pulling back, like we're leaning into it. We're leaning into this is about community. It doesn't matter who you are, right? Like I don't care
Right.
what you're. it is where you came from, whatever. This is about community. So if you want to be in a space of like-minded people, and you want to, again, be in our sphere, we are welcoming everybody, and that's just how we look at it.
That's the military side of things too, man. Like I remember I was in the Air Force, bro. Like I grew up in Sacramento. Like it's very diverse there. And like you grew up in Baltimore, man. Like it's a diverse culture, but everybody, it's like, hey, come together. The military taught us to do that, man. Like we got a job to do. We're gonna take care of each other along the way. And it like to me, it doesn't matter like, race, creed, color, section. It doesn't matter. Like we're all in this together. Let's make it the best we can.
Absolutely. I think that's one thing that I don't at the top of my mind haven't thought about. But you're right. The U.S. military is the most diverse workforce in the entire planet, right?
Right.
And I'm thinking back to my last duty station, who we were hanging out with. There was a guy from Arizona. It was me, another guy from Thailand, and the other guy, oh my gosh, from Puerto Rico, right? Like you got this great diverse group of people just hanging out randomly.
Right.
And
And y'all became boys, right?
Right, right. To this day, we're still playing fantasy football almost 20 years later. We're
I
still in the
love
same
it.
fantasy league.
I love it,
Right.
bro.
Yeah, it's you get used to it, and you can see the strengths of having diverse perspectives come into things and to come together. So it's just like it is. That's the norm for you. It's not, grow up in a monolithic culture.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, I got a couple rapid fire questions. You ready to answer, ready to answer these?
Let's go.
All right, cool. So like, do you have a book that you're reading right now? Like what's on your book list right now?
So right now I'm trying to read A Parable of the Sun. I bought it because I've been recommended and still trying to find the time to get through it. But that's on my top to do list.
Nice. Okay. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Oh, early bird.
Okay. Okay. Do you have a favorite podcast that you listen to?
Oh man, I'm a political junkie, so I love democracy-ish. I listen to politics almost every day, all day.
Okay. Okay. If you had a superpower, what would be that one superpower that you'd want to have?
Oh my god, I'm an adventurer, so I want to fly. Like
Ah,
yeah,
let's go. Let's go. I like it. Do you have a bucket list travel spot that you want to go to?
absolutely. I think Fiji has always been on the top of my list.
Okay. Okay, cool. Coffee, tea, soda, energy drinks, anything besides tequila, what are you drinking?
Oh god, it's coffee. Oh yeah, it's coffee until it's tequila time.
All right, cool, cool. Maybe tequila in the coffee.
They do it in Mexico. They do it.
I like it. I like it. Do you have a favorite cheat meal?
Oh god, all my meals are cheat meals. I think nothing at least to me. Oh my god, Korean barbecue. That's probably my favorite food, bar none.
Nice, nice, very cool. And what's on your pump up playlist? Like if you had to get pumped up, if you had a workout, what's your playlist?
Oh Jesus, yeah, definitely probably listen to something high energy, something like DMX or something like Mystical, somebody that's bringing that
Okay.
energy that's really gonna keep you going.
Oh, little X gonna give it to you, huh, bro? I love it, man. Well, you made it through our rapid fire. Great job, man.
Hey, I'm glad to make it.
Awesome. All right. So I got three questions left for you. Okay. So let's take you back to that younger Dante that just is starting out in the military. Okay. Now, if you had the superpower to travel back in time to give him one piece of advice, what it would be?
Don't settle. Like, don't settle for a rate that you think was easy. Do something because you're going to be there at the same amount of time. Go find a rate that you think is going to be worth your while and worth your time.
I love that, man. That is some solid advice right there. Now, contrary, now we're gonna make you have the fortune teller side of stuff. So where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Whew, Lord willing, 5 years from now, we'll be sitting there. I'll be Los Hermanos is going to be a regional brand, so we'll be from everywhere from New York all the way down to Florida. We'll be a household name, and again, just thinking about this national expansion.
Man, I love it, man. And I wish you nothing but success moving forward, bro, because you deserve it. You're amazing at what you're doing. So people are interested in your tequila. How can they get it? How can they get it into their facilities, into their bars, everything like that, man?
Absolutely. You can go to our website, tequilaloshermanos.com. We have a store located at the top. Find us. So you put the zip code in there and it'll show you everywhere that's around us. If you want to get into any of your store location, or you want to go recommend, right, to your local liquor store to pick us up, same thing. You can just reach out to contact us, and you can have them reach out to us, and we can get them access to our distributor. Or, again, you can just make that introduction. We can come in and pitch and make that introduction as well. So, yeah, just reach out to us. We're on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram.
Awesome, man. Well, Donta, it's been an amazing conversation with you today. I sincerely appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on the Milpreneur Podcast.
Yes, thank you for having me. I definitely appreciate it.
Absolutely. Once again, Ryan Van Ornum, host of the Milpreneur Podcast, powered by Cynergists. Cynergist is your scalable operations company. Check us out at cynergist.com. Until the next time, everyone, thank you so much and have a blessed day. Take care, everyone.